Hello. Oh gosh, why are my eyes swirly? Put those away. No, no. There we go. Now they're unswirled. Glasses back on. We're ready to party. Also, my chat's not working. Let me fix that. Hello. Welcome, Luna Rub. That is not a pleasing. Does not cause joy. Chat box. Boom. And it should catch up right now. Wait. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's coming in. Oh, why is it all weird? Oh no, it's all weird. What did I do? I broke my chat box. It's there, but it's so ugly. Iku set this up for me, so I don't know how to fix it. Iku, help! Iku's out. Well, I guess chat's just gonna be ugly. I switch to this one. Is it still ugly? Yeah, it's still ugly. Okay. That's fine. Chat's just gonna be really, really, really ugly on screen. That's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. Hi. I was gonna do a Gunpla stream tonight. I started setting up, but you know, I just got occupied with some other stuff, and then I took a nap, and then I took a shower, and then I had to get on call with Delta for a while, and then it was like 8 o'clock, and I was trying to set up my hand cam. So I was like, it's too late. I don't want to just stream for like an hour with Gunpla and do all the setup and just do that. Which is a bummer, because I said that I was going to do that this week, and I didn't. So, maybe next week. Because I have many a Gunpla to play. Many a Gundam play model to play with. So we'll start the... Well, not start. We have the chest. And the arms? No, maybe just the chest of the... What is it? Infinite Justice? No, Force Impulse. We have the Force Impulse. So we're gonna get back into the swing of that, hopefully doing that every Wednesday. Gunpla streams every Wednesday. I have to find a good routine for that though, because I've just been so sleepy lately. So maybe it's like, come home from work, nap for an hour, Gunpla stream for 2 hours or something like that. So I usually get home around 5 or 6, well, around 5. 5 or 6, depends. So nap for an hour or something, take a shower, stream at 6 or 7. Then I could stream. If I start at 7, I could comfortably stream 2 hours. If I start at 6, I can comfortably stream 2 or 3 hours. Because I should really be winding down by 10 and getting ready for sleep, for work and such. But yeah. Also, man, I wish I had more time in my day. Like, I'm sure everybody wishes that. Man, I really wish I had more time in my day. Because there's so much stuff I want to do. Like, I'm working through a pretty hefty backlog of mixes right now, so I was hoping that August was going to be a chill month because July was grueling, but I had since July was so hardcore for commissions, I had to put a bunch of people on waiting lists. So then as soon as July hit, it's like, boom, now your waiting list is here. And I'm like, oh no. I promised, why did I promise so many people I'd do their stuff in August? So August, I'm mixing at least 4 commissions, which is doable. That's perfectly doable. Some of them are pretty easy, I would say. One's hard because it's a really difficult advanced mix. One is hard because it's kind of a big mix with like moving parts with guest vocalists, like chorus kind of stuff. And then 2 should be pretty easy. One person hasn't sent their files, I've been bugging them. I'm like, send files, please. Send files, please. Which is weird because they paid me like half of the fee before even sending the files. I'm like, please send the files. Don't pay me before I start working, please. I don't like it. I pay me after. Although, little bit bummer topic, but I don't know. Well, I probably won't, but for what can I say? What can I say and not get in trouble? Well, I can say whatever I want and not get in trouble. What should I say and not get in trouble? I am going to start accepting payment upfront from VTuber agencies because, yeah, VTuber agencies, man. I'm not gonna name any names, but they somehow managed to be significantly less professional than just random people on the internet. And it's frustrating. So from now on, individuals, I'm still gonna take payment at the end because I'm happy to do that. I like delivering my work and then accepting payment just on principle. Not that accepting payment up front is less of a principle by any means. It's probably what you should do. But I just have always liked that. But VTuber agencies are frustrating. So I'm gonna make them pay up front because sometimes they don't pay like at all. And you're waiting for months and you're like, please pay me. Please pay me. I had to take a bunch of money out of pocket in order to do this because I had to subcontract people to work on this project to meet your deadline. So I've literally taken a loss of several $100s out of my pocket and you still haven't paid me and you're not gonna pay me for 2 months. So I'm quite literally having, like, luckily I have that liquid cash in my account where I can afford to do that, but it's like, you can't assume that I do, right? You subcontract others. Yeah, for my mixes, I almost always subcontract people to do the tuning and timing, because I don't want to. So I always, and I really like managing projects like that. Like, I really enjoy that. Like managing people and assigning people tasks and stuff. I've heard people say that if you're like a professional composer, for example, you're not necessarily being hired to write the songs. I mean, you are being hired to write the songs, but you're more being hired to be head of department because people who are hiring you don't really care how the work gets done. They just want it to get done, and they'll give you a big lump of money, and it's your job to then put together everything that needs to be put together, finding people to composing's I'll use as an example of, like, if you write the music, then you also need to probably hire a copyist who's going to help you transition that into sheet music and, like, make sure everything's nice and formatted correctly and has the dynamic markings that it needs. That's a pretty common thing. A lot of composers will have a copyist, it's called, who will help them with that task. Not because they need the help, but because it's a good thing to split the labor up on, like have them do all the formatting and printing and all that. And then and they're usually a musician themselves. They're not like just some printing person. They're like they know how to use the music and what the music should be in order to help with that, how to translate that to the orchestra. And then, you know, finding the orchestra and the composers and the mixing engineer. So it's like you're the head of department, right? When you do all that stuff, which is really fun stuff to do. But me, on a much smaller scale, I get the files. When I do a mix, I'll get the files and I will organize them all, which sometimes is very easy. Sometimes the client has, like, being in power. I like managing. I like management. I actually really enjoy management. But I will manage the files, which, again, yeah, like I said, sometimes that's really easy. They've done all the work for you and it's just files in a thing and it's all ready to go. Sometimes it's a lot of work because they've organized it in a weird way and they've sent you like an hour of recordings and you have to go through and sometimes they'll send you several recordings and I'll go through and I'll pick the best part. I'll go line by line, right? So I'll, like, listen to the verse. I like to do it like sentence by sentence. Like, they'll sing one sentence, I'll listen to it, and then I'll listen to it on all the different, like, recordings they sent me and pick the best one. and then go to the next sentence. So you kind of Frankenstein together on a one master take of all the best bits. And it's like sometimes you're like, ooh, this one's really good, but just that one word is bad. Like maybe they well, like missing the tuning or the timing is not a big deal because we manually do that, but like maybe they delivered it with a little more oomph this time, so I went just that word, so I'll pick just that word out, cut it out, and do that. But I mean, and that's not every time. There's plenty of singers that just send me one file. They're like, here's my file, boom, and I'm like, all right, cool, less work for me. And then there's some that send me like 100 files. You know, it's all part of the job. And then from there, I'll go find a tuner / timer. I'll send them, like, I like to make their job easier, right? So I like to label things really clearly, put things in folders nicely, send it to them so that their job is quick and easy to do. They don't get any headache. I want to deal with all the headache of that. Then they send me back the files, and then I do the mixing. So that's how I usually go with mixing. So I'm subcontracting. Do you get the same tuner and timer? No, I rotate a lot. There's a few that I like that I use often, but I try and kind of spread the work around where I can. For one, because I want to have a good basis of like a couple that are consistent, that I know work well and work quickly, and are affordable for me within my budgets. So I've been spreading it around to try and find like almost this trial. A lot of the tuner and timer work I've been sending to people lately has been to new people because I've been trying to get trials of like how they work, right? And pick the good ones. Or not necessarily the good ones. That sounds kind of harsh, but just ones that I think work well with my process. Because I want to have people to go to when my go-to people are busy. And like some people, like I used Iku heavily last month, so I didn't send her anything this month because I feel bad because I totally slammed her last month. I paid her a lot of money, paid her like several $100s, but I totally like slammed a really difficult project of a bajillion songs in like, I'm like, all right, I need all of these this week, by the way, and I'm not getting paid a rush fee, so I paid her a rush fee, so I took a major loss on that one. Not a loss, I still made money. Well, I still haven't been paid for it. But anyways, I'm not gonna talk about that, that's depressing. Please pay me, VTuber agencies, please. Please don't do this to commissioners. It seems like a common thing. Like, you see it on Twitter all the time. They're like, this VTuber agency didn't pay me. And then, like, you see, this other VTuber agency didn't pay me. I still haven't been paid. I still have not been paid. They said that they would pay me at the end of July because their payment cycles are at the end of the month. July ended long ago. I reached out to them and they're like, since our payment cycles are at the end of the month, we will pay you at the end of August. And I'm like, you said that in July. What the heck? Like, so now I have to wait a whole month. And it's like, hey, well, I had to pay my people, so you should have to pay me. And it seems like a common thing. And I don't know why, but it is extremely common. I've run across it several times. I know many of my friends and peers have run into it frequently with just about every agency, which is why it's almost always easier to work with individuals. They pay you on time. I've never had a payment problem with a individual client in the VTuber sphere. Never, ever, never once. They've always been good. I've had problems with some of the people I've subcontracted before, but that's a different story, where like they've changed the numbers and they've not met deadlines, but you know, that's a totally different issue. But that's also rare. Generally, people in the VTuber sphere are very easy to work with, are professional, they generally do good work, and they usually are not expensive. VTuber stuff is usually really cheap because people are kind of doing it for the love of the game, right? But yeah. I'm slammed with mixes this month, this is all a giant tangent of me saying I wish I had more hours in the day to do more stuff, because I want to do more stuff. I really want to compose more. I haven't been composing enough this year. I did so many mixes last year. I was pretty mix heavy. And I do love mixing, and I think I've improved so much. Like, last year is probably my biggest growth as a mixer since maybe COVID. I think I grew, which is when I actually really started doing commissions, like for mixing, probably the second year of COVID, which was, I don't know, 2021, 2022, which I think I had huge improvements there because I was actually doing practice. And then I think I made some other breakthroughs this year in my, it feels really good right now in my mixing process because I feel like I'm not at a plateau. I feel like I'm learning new things every time I do a mix, and every time I do a mix, I look at something I do like 4 weeks ago, and then I look at something I did 3 weeks ago, and then I look at something I do 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, wow, each one is better. Like, I got better every time, which is cool. It's really cool as an artist to be in a spot where you think you're growing. Composing, I've been plateaued for a long time, but that's one of those things where I will look at my older stuff and my newer stuff. Two or three of the recent songs I've done, which haven't really been released. One of them's for an unreleased project, which will come out at some point. It's for a streamer for a tabletop RPG thing. I really love the song that I did for that. I think it has a lot of cool voice. It's really cool. How does a person improve on mixing? Like their efficiency, variation on how accurate the mix is to what the commissioner wants. It's the same with everything. Mixing is interesting because you're very much just given, you're just in a space, a workspace, a digital audio workspace where you have a ton of tools and you're given these files and it's like, okay, make this good. And there's literally an infinite amount of ways to do it. And they, like, small things matter a lot. Like the order that you put your effects in matters, right? If you do your EQ first, your compressor first, you do this first, if you do this first, all your settings matter. Mixing, I feel like, is actually really hard to get better at because it's very much a what's the word I'm looking for? Like wispy, like subjective thing. I mean, of course, all art is subjective, but I think mixing is an incredibly technical process with results that are extremely subjective. You know what I mean? Like, so it's really hard to judge a mix too. And there's so many different ways to do a mix, and like there's many ways to do it right. And I mean, there are lots of ways to do it wrong too, but you can do it quote unquote wrong and have it still be good, right? Mixing is so weird because it's, like I said, it's extremely technical, right? I mean, if you look at any of the mixing programs and any of the mixing softwares, like some of these are just like walls of numbers and knobs, like you're in a spaceship, right? So it's a very rigid process, but with a very subjective result. And it's really interesting because I feel like 90% of people don't know what a quote-unquote good or bad mix is. And you can definitely see that by there's some covers out there that are like have millions and millions of views, and like there's basically no mixing. The mixing sounds awful. The audio sounds muffled and compressed, and the tuning is really obvious, and like it sounds terrible. But like people will still love it. So like I feel like a lot of people don't care that much about mixing, but they also do at the same time, because when something sounds good, they're like, I don't know why, but for some reason I keep coming back to this song. And that might be because the mix of that song is really pleasant to listen to. It's not causing ear fatigue. It's punchy, it's giving you energy, right? Depending on the song, there's like an infinite number of things that you can like about a mix. How have I improved? I think I'm always improving my EQ game, equalization, which is like EQ is you shaping the waveform, right? And EQ to me feels like that's your paintbrush as a mixer. That's like the core of your mix. It's how you EQ things. It's your main tool, and it's one of the things where your voice as a mixer comes out a lot, because how you do it is very like subjective again. It's like, do you want more high end? Do you want more low end? Do you want more mid? Like, what are you gonna cut? What are you gonna boost? How heavy are you gonna boost it? How heavy are you gonna cut it? What's the threshold gonna be on like the dynamic EQ? How tight are you gonna make the curve? And I love EQing. It's my favorite part. I love just tweaking the waveform. I think my compression game is getting a little better. I've been dipping into the realm more of a heavily compressed music mixing, which is something I never liked really doing because I always preferred the dynamic. And I think I'm gone a little too far in that in some of my stuff lately, and I need to pull it back because I think some of my older stuff is very dynamic. The volume, so how compression works in mixing is you're lowering the dynamic range, which is really hard to understand what that means if you don't know how compression works. But essentially it's like it's making your louds quieter and your quiets louder. Like, not really, like that's not really what it's doing, but that's a good way of explaining it, right? It's making your quiets closer to your louds and your louds closer to your quiets, so that the volume of the performance is more consistent overall, right? That's kind of the goal of compression. And a lot of my older stuff is more heavily reverbed, and it's more loosely compressed, so there's a lot more variation. And then a lot of my more recent stuff has been more, well, not monotone, because monotone is pitch and compression is volume. Monotone would be like if everything you say is at the same pitch and it is all the same. Compression is purely volume. And compressors are really hard to learn and really hard to teach because they're like, there's a lot that goes into them that's kind of hard to visualize. Like attack time and sustain and release and knee and makeup gain. Well, that's makeup gain is easy. In like, how much are you gonna put the input? How much are you gonna put the output? How much are you gonna do the makeup gain? Like, how fast is it gonna be? How fast is it gonna release? But my compressor game, I think, is getting much better. And like I said, I think I've been overdoing it a little bit. I want to pull it back a little bit. And like some of my creative effects, I've been feeling a little more confident with. One thing that's really hard with mixing is giving yourself permission to really change the sound, to really transform it. So it's like adding distortion, right, on a vocal. Like, it's easy to be scared to do that because you're like, I'm gonna really change the recording that they sent me by adding distortion here, but I'm gonna do it because it's gonna sound cool. And having the courage to make those choices, right? So yeah, I think I've been getting better at mixing. But oh man, I'm burnt out on mixing, man. I mixed like 8 songs last month, some of which were on a mega fast deadline and were nightmare projects to work on for various reasons. And then coming out of that, hoping to have a slow month, and then immediately jumping into my backlog for August, which I need to finish because I'm going to be traveling a lot in September. I'm going to be out for 3 days, or 3 or 4 days at the beginning of September, and then 2 weeks at the end of September. 8, yeah, I mixed 8 songs last month, including the freaking Love Cat song, which was really hard. And then I mixed 6. Well, I mixed 6 of them in 1 week, a week and a half. And that was the one I didn't get paid for yet. It was 6 songs, and they still haven't paid me. And then the Love Cat thing, I mixed. And then I mixed a different cover for a different VTuber agency who did pay me. I think they paid me. I should double check. I hope they did. I've been so goldfish brained because I've been fragmented even more than usual lately. So yeah, 8 of them. Embarrassing to mix my own voice? No, it's not embarrassing. I've gone to a point where I have no problems hearing myself. That's something that comes with listening to yourself. Like, you know, I've put out many covers over the years. So I don't mind hearing myself anymore. I'm perfectly happy to hear myself. It was embarrassing to sing that song though, because that song was very out of my comfort zone. And I recorded all of that song in Discord call. So that's one of the first times that I have had to record a song where somebody was with me. And that's embarrassing because you're like, oh God, I have to make these noises and this person's sitting here watching. Like, when you're recording in the comfort of your own private room, you can cut out all the weird parts, right? So that's probably the second time that I've recorded ever with somebody in the room. The first time being in college when I recorded in the studio because we needed a singer, and I was like, oh, I'm going in. We our singer flaked, like dapped me in, coach. So yeah, that's a challenge. Very nerve-wracking to do. Yeah, so you have to say "nya" here, exactly. And like that song had whispering track. That song had so many like layers and stuff, and it was like, all right, you have to whisper like "Let's make love" into the microphone, like really close. And he was just like sitting there. She's like, all right, now say "crack the whip" many times in a. And she's like, all right, it's not sexy enough. And I'm like, and she was like, all right, you're not being sexy enough. Do 30 jumping jacks. So that you're like breathing heavily and then like breathe into the mic. I'm convinced she was just doing that for her own enjoyment. And she was like, okay, also, I mean, she definitely was, because after she was like, all right, now send me all the files. She's like, send me all of your vocal files for my, what did she say? She said for my own, I think she said for my own pleasure, which I'm like, choice is a word right there. Having a sip of water. But yeah. Yeah, Iku is very funny. So yeah, shit ton of mixes last week. A bunch this month. Last month. A bunch so yeah, it was 6 for one agency. Love Cat for me, which we wanted to get done by my birthday. And then I started Love Cat for Iku's side, which I'm still working on. And then another mix for another agency. I think that's it. And I also was finishing up the Doki Bird. I wrote 4 songs for Doki Bird, actually. I was finishing that up at the beginning of July. Very, very beginning of July. More like the end of August? In July. June. More like the end of June. End of June, beginning of July, because that was July 4th, I think, when that debuted. So yeah, I just come off doing that, which was another quick deadline song thing. So I wrote 4 songs in 2 weeks, maybe 1 week, maybe less than 2 weeks. I don't know. I wrote 4 songs really quickly for that. So yeah, I've been busy. And then this month is still gonna be busy. But I wanna do more streams. I wanna do Wednesday Gundam streams. I wanna do gaming streams. I want to do more collaboration one-offs. Cause man, I love collaboration one-offs. I did one last month with Delta. We did the game show thing. Oh, and Lunary was there. That was in July, I think. I think I did another collab in July. Oh yeah, me and Iku and Safi streamed in July. I think I did a hunt stream in July. Man, what was I smoking in July? Besides crack cocaine, I was not smoking crack cocaine, actually. Just kidding. Kids do not do drugs. I did a lot last month. And it was my birthday. Lunary was there. I have another collab with Delta this Saturday. We're gonna play a little bit of horror game. We're gonna play a little bit of the game's called like There's Something on the Moon or something. So yeah, we're gonna do a quick little stream on Saturday with Delta. But I want to also do like some games. Like I wanna play Baldur's Gate is what I want. I have a list. Okay, I have a list of games I want to stream. Let me find it. I also have a whole list of stream ideas. Oh, I did Writing Battle last week too. I did Writing Battle, which was a thing online where you write a short story and then people judge it and stuff. I did that with a bunch of my coworkers, so that was kind of fun. Maybe I'll read that later. Where's my list of games? Hello, list of games. Baldur's Gate. It's not here. Why is it not here? It's on my phone. It didn't sync. It did not sync with ideas. Maybe it's in here. Oh yeah, here it is. Why wasn't it coming up? Also Lunary, I'm gonna, in a moment here, I'm gonna have a guest appearance of Lunary's voice recording of something. So stay tuned. Also, wait. No, Bacon won't be here. It's too early in the day for Bacon. Or late in the night for Bacon. Early in the morning for Bacon. Bacon will be there. Not here. None of them are here, but I'm gonna play something. Yeah. Lunary might know what this is. Something that is late. Something that is several weeks late. But anyways, before I get to that, I'll get to that really soon. The games I want to play Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium looks really cool, and that's like a text-based kind of RPG that's supposed to be really good, and really long. So I won't play that anytime soon, probably, because before that, I'm probably gonna play Baldur's Gate. So I would like to play Baldur's Gate very much, which I've heard is also extremely long, but we'll see if I can do it because it's a big time commitment and I have very little of that. But it'd be cool to do like at least a weekly Baldur's Gate stream. That would be fun, wouldn't it? And then I also would like to play Warhammer 2 Total War. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, video game franchises of all time, the Total War series. Man, I love just absolutely locking into a Total War campaign. Like, it's like 100 hours. Baldur's Gate or Disco? Luna, have you played either? You probably haven't played Disco Elysium. That doesn't seem like your kind of... Well, actually, maybe that could be your kind of style. You play like weird stuff like Outlast Trials, like gritty stuff. But yeah, Total War, man, I love Total War's franchise. Total War is one of those franchises that's really dangerous to me. It's like a drug, because if I get locked into a Total War campaign, I can't think about anything else for the duration of that campaign. And luckily a Total War campaign can last a week, can last 2 weeks, right? If you're playing it heavily, which I do. They're not very long, right? I mean, they're many hours, but you eat through a Total War campaign playthrough. Well, I do, at least. But man, I love Total War. And I have Total War 2. Safi gifted that to me like a year ago, and I still haven't touched it. Also, Three Kingdoms Total War. I love it, Three Kingdoms Total War. I even have an anime girl mod that's really cringy. That would be kind of fun. Also, Outer Wilds. I would like to play Outer Wilds. Swerve has recommended Outer Wilds to me a couple times. And others have recommended to me. And I think Outer Wilds is fairly short. It's more on the level of Riven, which the reason I'm suddenly wanting to do game stream is because I had such a fun time with my Riven stream. Outer Wilds, I think, would be a similar kind of thing where I would invest 13 hours on one Saturday and play the entire game. So that would be fun. And that's it's easier to invest 13 hours on one Saturday than it is to invest 6 2-hour streams for a month and a half. You know what I mean? So Outer Wilds would be good for that. Cyberpunk 2077 I kind of want to play, if I'm honest. I played it a little bit at my sister's house when I was babysitting her dog like 4 years ago at least. And it was fun, and I've heard it's better now. And I enjoyed it when it came out, hipster, me. But I didn't get too far. I got a decent amount in. I probably got like 10, 15 hours in. On that same strain of Cyberpunk, Starfield. I want to get back into Starfield. I'm going to wait for the DLC, or not the... Yeah, the DLC. The expansion DLC should be coming out some point this year. Maybe I'll play it at that point. Deathloop would also be very fun, similar to that game where you knife people with a knife blade. And it's like there's whale oil powering everything. And it's like steampunk, and the main character's name is Corvo. And he has like a cool mask, and he can teleport, and you have to kill people. That game. Somebody will know it. But yeah, same developers, Deathloop. They both look fun. Signalis, I've heard, is very good as well. Signalis is not on the Mac. I'd have to play it on Xbox, which that seems like a game that really should be on the computer, just kind of how it is. Maybe I'll play Signalis. People keep recommending it to me. Tunic, I would like to play Tunic just because Swerve has been bugging me to play Tunic, so maybe I'll play Tunic with Swerve. That'd be a collaboration. And then Hades also is on the list in there somewhere, because Hades is quite good. So those are the games I'd like to play. So hopefully we'll see some of those in this coming year. For 2025, what year is it? 2020. Is it 2024 or 2025? Google. What year is it? It's 2024. Okay. So for 2024, which we're about halfway through, I would like to compose more. I would like to raise my prices. I would like to stream more, and I would like to game more. So in order to do all that, I'm gonna have to cut out some other things, because there's other things in my life that I think I can cut out. I'm gonna spend less time on YouTube, because YouTube ads are getting out of control. Also, that was a joke, youtube.com, this website that I'm currently streaming on. YouTube ads are great. You should add more of them. They're wonderful, and everybody loves them. But I spend so much time just doing fucking nothing on YouTube and just watching YouTube shorts. I'm gonna try and stop touching shorts. Instagram, YouTube, I don't use TikTok, but TikTok. I'm gonna stop just doom scrolling shorts, because they're trash. Shorts are trash. Some of them are good. Lunary makes wonderful shorts. The pants and the YouTube videos. But shorts are a devious little monkey that will eat up your day, and I probably spend at least 2 hours a day on YouTube, not counting the time where I'm like driving or at work and have it playing in the background. Yeah, I need to stop scrolling. Yeah, I need to cut out the doom scrolling, because there's so much better shit to do in life. Like read a book. Like I would love to read more. Also, like I've been getting more excited about books lately. Which has been wonderful. Not reading, because who can do that? I don't make content. Yeah. Like in shorts too. Even I have a couple shorts too coming out. I have Jay's editing 2 of them right now. I did the Doki Bird song breakdown. I'm gonna start breaking down. From now on, I'm gonna start breaking down all of my compositions. I'm gonna start doing a 2-minute short on all my compositions. Sucks that YouTube shorts are a minute. I hate that. Because I can't do anything in a minute, but I've tried to do 1-minute shorts, and they have not worked out for me with the composition stuff, because I don't know, maybe if I change my format, maybe I'll try and make some specifically 1-minute shorts. It's hard. Making 1-minute shorts is hard. But yeah, from now on, all of my compositions are going to have some sort of breakdown, where I talk about them. Doki Bird, the second song I wrote for Doki Bird, is coming soon. And then also the song I wrote for Pixel Link, for Kana Yanagi, jazz song. I have a breakdown for that coming out. Everything's already recorded and ready. It's just waiting to be edited. So yeah. So anyways, onward and upwards. I have something that was given to me today. And it has some people in it. It has Lunary in there. It has Delta in there. It has Bacon in there. And if you are somebody who's in my Discord server, you will know all these people. And it has... What else does it? It had somebody else. And it had Lunary. And it had a few other people, but they didn't make it into the video because this was a project made by Delta. And they didn't get those two people's voices didn't make it in the video. I'm sorry, those two people. Those two people are Tuna and Safi's in the video too. Tuna and who else? Snack, Tuna and Snack. I don't know if I should play Tuna because I don't know if Tuna wants their voice on the internet yet. So I'm gonna keep Tuna in my back pocket. I haven't listened to Snacks. So let's this is gonna kill everybody who's involved because they're gonna be so embarrassed. But I have to share it. Maybe I'll be merciful and not upload this. Delta is saying I have to upload it, that they won't upload it, he won't upload it. And I was like, I can't upload it. Like, I can't upload like a video talking about me. Like, you can't do that. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play it. I have it downloaded. How do I put a video into Can I just drag a video? Oh, it's just playing. Mute my thing. It's playing now.
Hello, how you doing? Are you feeling good today? I've been thinking about how amazing you are. Even though you don't believe me, maybe you could believe them.
Hey Zafi, it's me, Bacon. I just want to say that you're an amazing and a very talented composer, and also a great friend who always helps me when I need it. And I couldn't be more thankful for that.
I don't know how Delta
thank you
managed to make
for
bacon.
always helping me, and thank you for being my friend.
Hello to Sophie Sonas. Thank you so much for being the first person to actively chat with me on Twitter. I seriously feel like I wouldn't have gotten this far as a person and as a streamer without your help. You are an amazing cheerleader, and I hope to give you the same support you've given me. And I really do appreciate you. Your coolest friend, Lunary.
Hello there, Zappy. I'm here to tell you that you're a wonderful person who
Oh no,
deserves
an
the
ad
world.
played. Oh,
You're
no.
hardworking, smart, knowledgeable about that which you love. You should be proud of how far you've come, and you've made another trip around the sun. Happy birthday, Zappy.
Hello, how you doing? Feeling like you don't deserve all this love. Well, we get that feeling, and you are not alone anymore. Let's paint a sky where your tears become as stars, and the music in your heart shines bright. Is this too cheesy? Oh, suck it. Let's draw a life where you can be satisfied with all the people you have touched and inspired. We'll keep growing, so also suck it. Let us take your hand, keeping you company till you achieve that happy life you pursue. Let us be part of it too.
Hello, how you doing? You were... Oh my god, Steffi. You were one of the first big surprises I got when I was just starting my comms and getting into the VTuber and to try the world.
Also, this
I
video
mean,
is very
you
long.
being one of the people I admire from very, very afar. Becoming slowly my friend and one of the most important people I have in my life is still unbelievable for me. You're always so understanding, very cool, and so annoying. But I wouldn't change you for anything in the world. Except maybe $3 million on cash, but you're extraordinary, and I'm so happy to be part of your life. Don't expect any more birthday gifts from me. This one sucked my soul for a month. But honestly, I probably will do it again if it's gonna make you smile at least a little bit. Thank you so much. Your favorite friend, Suck it, Lunary. Delta.
I'm at a life where you can be satisfied with all the love you have shown us all this time. I'm a baby she's here. And she's doing us. And we're all here for you.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Zeffy!
birthday, Zeffy!
Yeah! Yeah, let's fucking go. It's your
Let's
birthday.
go!
Yeah! Happy birthday!
Oh, okay, we're back. I didn't want to talk really too much for that. Yeah, some of the stuff that was written is not on the things, like slightly different. But yeah, Delta was like, "Are you crying?" And I'm like, "No, I felt bad because I'm like, no, I don't. Sorry, I don't like. I never cry. Like, I'm crazy. I don't cry." But I felt bad because Delta was like, "You should be crying," and I'm like, "No, I love it. It's really, really super, super, super sweet. I'm super thankful, but sorry, I don't cry." But yeah, wasn't that like so sweet and like, I don't even know how to react to that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I hate getting gifts in real life because I feel like I'm such a disappointing person to give a gift because, like, I don't react very much. And, like, I'm like, oh, I really love this gift. It's really thoughtful, and I love this very much, and I really appreciate that you gave it to me. But I'm just, like, on the outside, I'm like, cool. And I always feel like people are disappointed when they give me gifts. I'm so bad at receiving gifts, and, like, I really do appreciate them. I'm just bad at expressing it. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at expressing like genuine emotions. I'm a robot. I'm an AI. I'm artificial. Just don't open it in front of others. Yeah, but they always are like people want to see. Receiving gifts is like a two-way thing. It's like I've always treated my birthday like I have to be happy for other people. You know what I mean? It's gonna sound bad, but it's like I think a lot of people are depressed on their birthday, including me. Where they're like, especially the older you get, the more depressed you get. That probably stops at a certain age. But and it's like I don't want to be happy on my birthday, but I always feel like I have to pretend to be really hyped up for other people because it's like for them, it's like making me be happy on my birthday is part of their what they want to do. It's like their fulfillment, you know? I don't know, I don't know if that sounds like psychopath behavior, but and like I am happy. It's just I have trouble expressing that sometimes. I'm not a very expressive person. But all that's to say, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Delta. Thank you, Bacon. It's always lovely to hear Bacon's voice. Bacon actually has a really nice, just like soft and like pleasant voice to listen to. Bacon's really nice voice to listen to. Thank you, Safi. Thank you, Safi, for hopping in there. Always wonderful to hear Safi. Lunary, of course. Lunary's is great. Lunary's is really good. And then of course Delta's was great. Delta's like delivery on their voice stuff is like kind of crazy. Also, wait, I need to turn my BGM back on. Delta's like kind of a cracked voice actor, honestly, in my opinion. And Lunary's is also like delivery is very good. I'm gonna listen to them all back and we watch this a couple times in private because I haven't been able to watch it in private yet. And really like process everything that people are saying. But yeah. We also have there were 3 other people who didn't make it into the video because Delta like forgot or like didn't have time to send them or something. Did they give me the raw files? I have the video and I have the audio for Snack and I have the audio for Tuna. And then I have they sent me a copy paste of everyone's text. So I'll read Jay because Jay didn't end up recording something, but I want to read. I haven't actually read it yet. This will be my first time reading it. So I'm going to read Jay's message. So Jay said, yeah, this feels so weird to read stuff about you aloud. Like it's like I'm I think I'm allowed to. I think it's fine. It's not weird to do this, but it feels so weird like to like be like I'm the coolest person ever. even if it's true. No, but yeah, Jay said, hey Zephy, huge thanks for letting me into your little community. You made a space for really cool, really kind, really friendly people, and I appreciate it so much. I'm thankful to be a part of it. Keep up the great content. I love your music, and I look forward to working with you more on various little projects here and there, Jay. Thank you, Jay, for the birthday message. It's okay, you get one day a year to appreciate yourself, yeah. And then I also have Snack. I haven't listened to Snack. Let's put Snack in. Snack is, I say this every time, Snack is so cute. Where'd it go? I just downloaded it. Did it disappear? Is it? This is it. If I, how can I drag this in so I can hear it?
Hey Tiffy. When
Pause.
Hey Tiffy. When I
No, pause. I have to go to filter properties, this button, and then I have to say monitor and output. Now I can hear it. So smart. Let's listen to Snacks. I've not heard it yet.
Hey Tiffy. When I first silently followed you on Twitter, I really did not think that we would ever talk at all. But then you reached out to me and you said really nice things about my art when it was still barely seen. A lot has changed since, and you were a very supportive friend to me. I'm here now, and I get to celebrate your special day, and it's all thanks to you. I really appreciate you, and I hope we can continue being like this into the future, doing lots of collabs and becoming famous together. Thank you very much for finding me and for being the awesome Zephy.
God, guys, I love Snack so much. Oh my god. I can't even, like, Snack is like my daughter. It sounds so gross to say. God, I love Snack so much. Snack and Bacon are like kind of similar voices. Like, they don't sound alike at all, but they both have like that same kind of really soft, like gentle, like, why did I play it live? I knew people were gonna be so suffering when I did this, but I love to make people suffer like that. Thank you, Snack. It was so sweet. Yeah, it's like I don't even know what to say. Like, it's weird. It's so weird to have people like talk about you. But it's nice. It's nice. So the only person left. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about Snack. Wait. I wish Snack would stream again more. Snack has streamed a few times on the Pixiv streaming platform. I've been trying to get Snack to stream on a streaming platform that actually people watch. No hate to the Pixiv streaming platform, but nobody goes on there, which is why Snack uses it, because nobody goes on there. But Snack should come to Twitch or YouTube or something. Nobody watches Pixiv, yeah. Pixiv is like, I feel like people just use that to, like, I don't know, stream to their clients or something. I do like Pixiv though. Pixiv is great. Pixiv is great, but it also sucks. Man, Pixiv sucks, but it's also good. Also, like, Pixiv has so much AI stuff on it now. Like, I'm surprised Pixiv is allowing that, because there's a lot of other image sites that are not allowing it, and I think it's fine to be on certain image sites where it's like, all right, we're gonna be an image site that allows AI. Whatever. But it just feels weird to have AI stuff on Pixiv, because it would be like having AI stuff on DeviantArt, and is AI stuff allowed on DeviantArt? I feel like it shouldn't be. The AI art should not be on DeviantArt. It shouldn't be on ArtStation. It shouldn't be on Pixiv. Put it elsewhere. It can be on other sites. But like, those are artist sites for artists. Not, you know what I mean? They shouldn't be on there. You know, whatever. I can't stop people from using AI art and making AI art. You know, whatever. They do whatever you want. But it shouldn't be on those art sites, in my opinion. Anyways, also you can't search your own bookmarks on Pixiv, which is so stupid. Like you can't put a tag into your own bookmarks and like filter them unless you pay for premium, I think. That's like a Twitter level of like dumb paywalling. One cool thing about Pixiv is it makes you a time lapse of your stream every night. Oh, that's kind of cool. But yeah, come to YouTube. Hop on YouTube. YouTube's kind of hard to get discoverability, honestly. But hop on YouTube. Filter sucks. Yeah, but we can help you with YouTube Snack. I have somehow managed to make it work. It's actually kind of hard to make streaming work. I don't know how so many people can do it. To be fair though, a lot of people stream on PCs, which I think the programs are a lot more built for. But yeah, come stream. So the last recording I actually have Tuna's recording, which I don't know if I should play. Tuna's not online right now because Tuna hasn't revealed their voice anywhere, but I know they're going to. And I know they submitted the thing planning for it to be in the video, right? So it's like, should I play it because they planned it to be in the video? Maybe. I'm hoping if I play it, it'll like break the seal of Tuna not wanting to share their voice online. But I think I'm gonna hold off on playing it just because I don't want to do it without their consent. Which is ironic because I played Snacks without hesitating. I was like, Snack is fine, but my mindset there was Snack has streamed and has had their voice online. Everybody else has had their voice, so I was like, I'll play Snack. But yeah, Tuna also said a bunch of really nice stuff. So yeah, those were all the birthday messages. Yeah, I don't know what to say. They're really thoughtful and really sweet. And I don't know what to do with them. I'm like a replicant from Blade Runner. I feel like I'm missing one. Tunas? Should I play Tuna? I just talked about Tuna. Should I play Tunas? Because we have the list. The total list was Bacon, Snack, Safi, Jay, Tuna, Delta. I think that's everybody. Listen to when I go to sleep on loop. Make them my alarm clock. Ooh, what about that? Get the messages and print them out on my wall. Well, that would be vain, wouldn't it? That's a little too vain, right? Should I play Tuna? Okay. Is it okay to play Tuna? I think it's okay. They submitted it with the intent that it would be in the video, right? Also I'm promoting Lunar to moderate. What do you think? Should I play Tuna? I want to play Tuna. Tuna's not online right now. I don't think. I'll message him. Snack, should I mod Snack? Snack, do you want to be moderated? I trust Snack, but I also don't. I don't know if Snack wants to be moderated. Sacrifice the Tuna. You know what? That's a good point. Sacrifice. Like everyone else had to suffer. If everybody had to suffer, Tuna should have to suffer, right? I think so. I think we're gonna do it. Let's do it. We're doing it. Putting it into OBS.
Hi, Zaki. I know I haven't been here very long.
Muting it. I'm not ready for it. Need to go to audio settings and I need to set it to monitor output so I can hear it. Is there any chance I would mess something up if I'm modded? I mean, yeah, kind of, maybe. There's always a chance that you accidentally like ban somebody. I will mod, but Snack, Snack, I will mod you if you would like me to, because I do trust you. But we're gonna listen to Tuna right now. Here we go. This is the first time. This is Tuna voice reveal. Luckily, nobody watches my stream besides Lunary and Snack. But here we go.
Hi, Zeffy. I know I haven't been here very long, but I'm incredibly lucky to have found you and your amazing community. You are the first person to have welcomed me into this VTuber space, and you have been nothing but an amazing friend and inspiration ever since. I'm really happy to have spent our first birthday together, and I'm excited to celebrate many more. Happy birthday, Zeffy.
Ta-da! when Delta sent me that originally, I was just like maniacally laughing. I'm like, I have the Tuna power now. I have it. It is mine. Yeah, Tuna is very cute. And you can definitely hear the bit of kind of tomboyishness, which I know Tuna on their Twitter was saying. Let me see if I can find it. They were saying voice, twitter.com Tuna voice. Here, I'll send a picture of it. Inputting photograph into twitter.com. No, into obs.com. There it is. Boom. They said, I wish my voice sounded less candy cake, rice cake, I guess, and more electric-based chains electricity. And you know what? I can hear a little bit of electric-based chain electricity in that. You know what I mean? It's both. I think Tuna has a little bit more of the electric-based chain electricity in their voice than they think. My laughing is evil. Yeah, I think I've got a pretty good evil laugh. I've got a couple. I've got a few that I might break out. But it's there. It's there, Tuna. It's there. The slight kind of like punk tomboyishness is there. You've got it. I think it's perfect. I think your voice is perfect. I think everybody's voice is so perfect and good. And that, I mean, like, it sounds like I'm just being like, everybody's voice is perfect because everybody is perfect, and then like little rainbows come out. But like, I mean it, like, you know, like, how do I don't know. I can't speak. I think everybody has such a unique and just cool way of speaking, that I just really appreciate. I've always really gushed over people's voices. Like, it's always been like something that I really pay attention to and try and appreciate. And it's just so cool to hear regular people's voices on like recordings. I don't know. It's such a, I don't know how to explain it. Like, and what I mean is like not professional like voice actors in like anime, right? Like people that are like actually using like their natural voices. I just love to hear. And there's something appealing about a recorded voice versus a voice in person. Like, it's weird to explain. I feel like there's like parts of the voice that come out more when it's recorded by the nature of how microphones are and the way microphones color a sound. Like, I just really like hearing people's voices. Not in a weird way. Well, the fact that I just said not in a weird way makes it sound like it is in a weird way. I just felt like I had to say that because I was just like, what did I say? I said appealing. I was like, well, I said appealing. I want to specify that it's not in a weird way. But now I've made it weird by saying not in a weird way. But I do mean it not in a weird way. Never mind. Forget I said anything. actually. I think people's voices are cool. The human voice is a really interesting thing, and I don't know. It's everybody's voice is so different, and I like hearing how people's voices sound in recordings because I'm obsessed with microphones also, and it's like, how did the microphone pick this up? Never mind. Forget I said any. Actually. And it. Okay, I guess I'm gonna keep going on this topic for a little bit. People are always so insecure about their voices too. Just how Snacks is, I see just how I like feet. No, not at all like how you like feet. No. Okay, wait. Let me explain. Let me explain for Snack. On behalf of Snack. Snack does not have a foot. Ow, I don't even want to. Oh, it's. Can I say this? Can I say the FF word? Can I say this? Snack does not have a. We've had this discussion, Snack and I, more than once. Snack does not have a foot fetish. I think, right? I mean, maybe a little bit. Maybe you have a little bit of a foot fetish. But, okay, I'm explaining on behalf of Snack. I'm explaining it away. Snack has a appreciation for the anatomy of feet as an artist. Yeah? In the same way that Snack also has an appreciation for the anatomy of hands. And an appreciation for the anatomy of ears. And an appreciation for the anatomy of the armpit, you know? But also, like, Snack has a little bit of a foot fetish. Just a little bit. But not like touching them or like eating them. What do foot people do? Like licking them? Is that what people do? I don't know. Probably like sucking toes. Yeah, that's probably what people do. That's what that one film director does. This has really gone off the rails, but that's what we're here for. What's that director? Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, he likes like sucking toes, probably. I think he did that in a movie, right? With some female actress. He like sucked her toes on film. Quentin Tarantino, for sure. Snack doesn't want to do that. Probably? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if Snack wants to do that. Yeah, Tarantino. Tarantino is famous for having a foot fetish. If you watch some of his films, like there are some scenes where you're like, why is that actress's feet up on the car dashboard in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for so long? That's kind of weird. And then you're like, oh yeah, this is you have no boundaries. Okay, so Snack would suck somebody's toes. So that's Snack. Snack. That's not an artistic appreciation anymore. That's a foot fetish. So I think I can safely say I do not appreciate voices in the same way that Snack appreciates feet. I'm sorry, Snack. What were we talking about? I don't know. That was fun. That was a fun little tangent though, wasn't it? But you know, I agree with. Wait, no, I don't want to say. Okay, Snack won't like feet. Okay, but hear me out. What if no? I can understand that because like when I see a drawing that has really good anatomy, it's like, oh, look how they drew that hand, or look how they draw that feet, and it's not like, look how they draw that feet. Look how they drew that foot, and it's not like, oh gosh, I'm not. Why am I still talking about this? It's just like, oh, I appreciate how they drew that. Snacks like that, but also worse. Yeah. Anyways, I think everybody sounds cool. Voice acting is cool. I can't wait for Tuna to start streaming and Snack to start streaming more. And Bacon to start streaming more. Bacon streams a little bit of Frog Game. Why are you exposing you? You brought it up. You brought this on yourself. You absolutely brought this up. This is your fault. I exposed you twice tonight. First your voice and then the feet thing. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about Baldur's Gate, I think, but I don't know how to segue to that now. So I'll just not, maybe, I don't know. But randomly, on the topic of people streaming more, I mentioned this before that I was thinking of doing a Baldur's Gate stream. Completely destroyed. Yeah, Snack, you're done. Lunary, can we ban Snack for liking feet? But on the topic of people streaming more and me wanting to stream more, I had this idea. Okay, so here's my idea. Play Baldur's Gate, Snack says. I would like to. Oh man. People have been telling, my sister adores that game. And she's been like, don't time him out, or time her out. Why did I say him? I said M. I didn't say him. I said M. Don't time M out. Don't time Snack out. Baldur's Gate. I want to play Baldur's Gate, but here's my plan. Okay, here's my plan. Listen. So you know how you can play as a bard in baldurs.gate.com? So I want to play as a bard. And since I don't really know anything about the game, I'm assuming there are times in the game where as a bard, you can play music as like a dialogue option, right? Maybe? Hopefully, like more than once you can do that in the game. Like I know there's like play music related abilities in combat. But my idea was every time there was like a dialogue option where you play music, I have to do it in real life. Right? So I have to get like my auto harp, which auto harp would be great. Bards are more known to seduce people. They are known for that. That is true. So that means every time I riz somebody in the game, I have to riz them in real life. Auto harp. Let me pull up a picture of an auto harp, because auto harp would totally fit in a medieval bard's like toolbox, right? Let me find the one that I have. I use this on the Dookie Bird song. Here it is, the Oscar Schmidt. The one problem with the auto harp though is it's bones to record. It's so bad. It doesn't record well because of just how it's built. But here it is. Here's a picture of it. Auto harp. There it is. I think this would fit totally in a bard's toolkit. It looks like kind of like a weird lute contraption. It's kind of like weird, but it's all like, you know, there's no technology really in it. It's like a very acoustic thing. So, yeah, I'm thinking like every time there's like a skill check or whatever that requires making a song, I have to make a song on the spot in real life. Wouldn't that be fun? Now, this is all depending on there being that opportunity in the game, which I have no idea if there is. I should ask somebody who's played a bard in Baldur's Gate. But I think that'd be so fun. And I also have many a penny whistle. Like this one, the Clarks. Let me get a picture of the Clarks. The Clark is my favorite. Clark. Speaking of Clark, while I'm getting this picture, I watched some clips from the original Superman. Not the original Superman. The original Man of Steel with super handsome Warhammer fan man. What's his name? Geralt of Rivia. How am I forgetting his name? I love him. Henry Cavill. I was watching some Henry Cavill clips from the first Man of Steel he did. His acting is so bad in that movie. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Henry Cavill, if you're here. Henry Cavill, if you're in the chat, I'm sorry. Your acting in Man of Steel is so bad. But you were young when you did that and fairly new, I think. But you redeem yourself in Witcher. You were amazing in Witcher. Oh my god, you were so good in Witcher. You're a great Geralt. I had low expectations. I didn't think you could do it, but you did such a good job as Geralt. And also, your Superman performances in the other movies, Batman vs Superman, I think you were great in that one. I think you were totally good in that one. But you were so bad in Man of Steel. I'm sorry, Henry. Henry, please, no, come back, Henry. Oh no, Henry Cavill's DMing me on Discord. Guys, sorry, it's Henry. I'm gonna have to talk him off that ledge. He's really sad that I called his acting in Man of Steel bad. But man, I love Henry Cavill. He's so good. And supposedly he's working on a Warhammer 40,000 project. Oh my god, that's gonna be so cool. If you haven't seen Witcher, maybe watch it. I guess, like, it's hard to recommend Witcher because season 1 was great. I enjoyed season 2. I'm getting canceled right and left. Yeah, that's just me lately. I've just been getting canceled right and left. Witcher season 1 was great, but the problem with the Witcher show on Netflix was that the creators of the show, or the creators, the people running the show had no respect for the source material, and in fact have gone on record saying that they don't like the source material. The source material, of course, being the novels. The show is based off the novels, which the game is also based off of. The novels are legendary, right? The Witcher novels they've been around for a long time. They're really well known. They're really highly regarded. People love them. And it's so bizarre to me that a studio will pay a ton of money to get the rights to a property, an IP, a trademark of a piece of media, and then put people in charge who don't like the thing that they just bought. Like, it's the same with like Disney and Star Wars, where like for example with the new Star Wars show, Acolyte, they were proud, and they proudly stated, the writing team said that they hired somebody for the writing team who has never seen Star Wars. And on the one hand, I kind of get what they're saying, like where they're like, we want to bring somebody in who's never seen Star Wars as a fresh perspective to get new fans into the series. But at the same time, like, also no. Like, no. Like, this is a franchise that is legendary, that has like such a degree of reverence from its fans, and it means so much to so many people. And then for you to just be like, kind of disrespect it, be like, we're gonna hire somebody who knows nothing about it, and then hire people who clearly like don't respect the franchise to work on these shows. I don't get it, man. Like, studios always mess everything up. Gosh, you gotta hate a studio, man. They suck. It's the same thing with House of the Dragon right now. So like, supposedly, I heard this secondhand from my sister, and I'm gonna give my sister a fake name. I'm gonna call her Jenna. My sister's name is not Jenna, but substitute her real name. We call him Jenna Fax, but with her real name. Where they're like, she'll tell us something, and we'll be like, that sounds maybe not 100% true. And then we'll check, and half the time it's fake. Matilda. Yeah, there we go. Matilda. I like Matilda better than Jenna. Matilda Fax. Shake my head. I can't believe they're trying to pander to everyone. Okay, Lunary, you are so right. Oh my god, you are so right. Also, hey, MV Ages, welcome in. What's Hislam? We're just raging about Star Wars. We've changed topic about 5,000 times in the past 5,000 seconds. But Lunary, you are so right. Why are they pandering to everybody? That is exactly what I was saying about the new Star Wars Acolyte series, because it felt like they didn't know who their audience was, is because they were trying to make their audience everybody. Because it's like, we're gonna make this a kids show, and then we're also gonna make this like a gritty adult show, and we're gonna murder a kid in episode 6, spoilers, by stabbing her in the throat with a lightsaber. And it's like, wait, what happened? Wait, this is a kids show, wait. And like, I like the darker, gritty tone. I think it's great for Star Wars, actually, especially since Star Wars has matured so much over the years. I think Star Wars should be a more gritty thing, and then they should also have stuff on the side which is for kids, like this cartoon show, like Star Wars Rebels, right? They shouldn't try and appeal to everybody in one show. And with Star Wars Acolyte, they literally said, we're trying to make a show for the whole family to watch, right? So which can work, right? But you have to, when you're doing that strategy, I feel like you have to still pick an audience. Like, let's take Adventure Time, for example. Adventure Time is a kid's show. But it also appeals to adults. And as Adventure Time progressed, it became more of an adult show, right? But if we look at the early Adventure Time, because I think late Adventure Time is very adult, actually. Early Adventure Time was a kid's show that had stuff in it that appeals to adults, right? Late Adventure Time, I think, is actually the opposite. It's an adult show that has stuff in that appeals to kids. And I think the problem with Acolyte was they didn't pick an audience. They were just like, we want to make something for everybody. For mom, for dad, for son, for daughter. And they couldn't pick something to signal out on. And because of that, the tone was just all over the place. And the storytelling was just all over the place. Like, they had like, there's one episode where the villain, the evil Sith bad boy with the cool mask that they have to have in every Star Wars, is kind of like having a fanfic style, like, enemies to lover, like, beginning of an arc with the girl. Like, they're like, he takes her to his planet, and they're like having like a moment together where they're like talking about like, and they're not having a romance, but like you can see there's tension right there that they're starting to build up, and they're starting to lay the groundwork for kind of maybe an enemies to lovers arc. I'd be very surprised if they don't do that in future seasons, because they're laying the groundwork for it. So they're doing this like, oh, I'm like an emo Sith boy who's misunderstood, and like she's like, oh, you're so hot. Like, she's not thinking that yet, but you can see they're laying the groundwork. And then literally they cut to the next scene of like the fucking child that he murdered last episode, like dead on the ground, and I'm like, you're so close, Disney, to not being tone deaf. Like, you did this cut to show, I don't know, like, it's weird. It's like, why did you, there's like such a disconnect there where it's like, oh, we're trying to make him a sympathetic villain, where he's like, my childhood was such a bummer, and my old Jedi master like gave me all these scars, and then like cut this dead body, and it's like horrific, right? And it's like, it's ironic how out of touch it felt, right? It was like, it felt like a YouTube commentary was pointing, like, was making the cut to point something out, but it's like, no, they made that cut on purpose, and it's so bizarre how out of touch it was. It was like they almost got it. Like, it was so much out of touch that they almost became self-aware. It was bizarre. I can't even explain it. It felt so weird. But I mean, that's the problem, is because like, it felt like they had one writer writing one scene for like the teenage girl watching the show with like the whole enemies to lover thing, and then the next scene they had the scene for the brother, the little brother with the edgy dead kid on the floor, and he's like, yeah, like, killing people is awesome. And then like the next scene they had the scene for like the dad of the family where they're like talking about like the politics of the Jedi Council, right? And it's like, it just jumps all over the place. Yeah, and he'll never be Anakin's kill count. I don't know. I don't think he will, but he can certainly try. The books and the movies are my only canon. Luke's twin kid were supposed to bring. Oh, Luke's twin kids, as in what were their names? Like Jay? No, that was Solo. Jason Solo. I read the Thrawn trilogy. The Thrawn trilogies was my main Legends kind of thing that I read. I read a few other ones here and there, but the Thrawn trilogy is like kind of the main one, I think, for most people. The Thrawn trilogy is alright. I enjoyed it. The whole with Jeruus Sabaoth was what I think Jeruus is his first name. I think Sabaoth is definitely his last name. I think Jeruus is his first name. But yeah, Master Sabaoth, and is there a Palpatine clone in the Thrawn trilogy? Is it a clone or a ghost? Or is Palpatine I don't remember if Palpatine's in it or if it's just Sabaoth. I think it's just, I don't remember. I read it like 2 years ago. It was not that long ago, but I don't remember stuff. But yeah, the Throne trilogy is all right. You know, I was kind of happy that Disney was going to do something new when they bought the sequels. I was like, oh, like, you know, I like some of the sequel stuff, but I don't like some of it. So I'm like, I'm looking forward to seeing Disney's take. I ended up hating Disney's take, but I don't know. Maybe they won't fix it. But Disney has proved themselves capable of making a good Star Wars thing. With Andor, man. Andor is so good. Andor is amazing. And I think everybody agrees. Andor is amazing. But it just goes back to the studio topic I was talking about, where when the studio gets involved, they ruin everything. And the reason Andor, I think, worked was because it was the Star Wars project that nobody gave a shit about. And people were like, oh, Andor, just whatever. Let the Andor team do their thing. And I felt like it just felt like the Andor team was given more freedom to really dial in on what they wanted, and which was a adult, mature Star Wars story. And it was great. Have I seen Star Wars Visions? I have seen Star Wars Vision. Star Wars Visions is fun. I would say Star Wars Visions is fun, is what I would call it. I wouldn't say it's like great, because it's such a mixed bag. But there are definitely some moments in like Star Wars Visions that are just super fun, and some Star Wars Visions which is very good. The one that Kevin Penkin did the soundtrack for, I think it's called like the Village Daughter's Bride, or the something Bride Village something. Such a great soundtrack to that episode. Yeah. Jaina Solo and Jason Solo were Luke's kids. They were powerful Force sensitives who would eventually become embodiments of light and dark sides of the Force. Yeah, I never got that far into the Legends stuff with the Luke's kids stuff. With the furry. Legends did have a furry. Legends is the one where it was a different animation studio for every episode, which was cool. I like that. The samurai style, yeah. So both. So every Legends episode was like totally different. There was a Kill la Kill freaking Legends episode where like I think like the character like stood on top of, and it was very Kill la Kill. They stood like on top of a Death Star and made their lightsaber like 500 feet long and like cut a Star Destroyer in half. Or not, they didn't stand on a Death Star. I'm sorry. I just made a grievous error. They stood on top of a Star Destroyer and like cut like another one in half or something. And like, I mean, wasn't like a guy standing on top of an X-Wing or something and like flying around? Yeah. Hey, Red Alchemy, welcome. And the Astro Boy one, yeah, and then there's the furry one. The furry one was pretty good, I thought, if I remember. I really liked, it was called like, what was it called? Star Wars Village, The Village Bride. Who did that one? Which studio? Just because that one had really pretty stuff and like really cool music. That one has like such good music because it's Kevin Penkin, who did Made in Abyss. It's directed by Tatahiro Onishi, who did what studio did that episode? Which studio? I actually like the visual style of that one a lot. It was Citrus? Citrus did like... Oh, Citrus did, Made in Abyss. That's why Kevin Penkin did. Okay. Citrus did Made in Abyss. They did, Shield Hero. They did, Black Bullet. They did, Is the Order Rabbit. They did... Hack Quantum. They did... a bunch of stuff that nobody's ever heard of. Some show by... Did they do Show by Rock? It looks like they did Show by Rock. That one Idol anime. that could be a million. They haven't had too many bangers, actually. They have had a couple mega bangers, but they've also done a lot of kind of forgettable shows. Cardfight Vanguard. Done a bunch of Vanguard stuff. That's probably where they make all their money. Yeah, a bunch of things I've never heard of, like Norn 9, Under the Dog. But they of course have their big one, their big boy, Made in Abyss, which needs no introduction. Oh, Tokyo Magnitude 8, wasn't that really depressing movie? I mean, if it's about earthquakes, then yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I think so. think my friend watched that and said it was really sad. And they did Shield Hero, which is popular. I think Shield Hero is hot garbage. But it's hot garbage in a way that it's like popcorn garbage, at least. Like, I can understand watching Shield Hero. I watched the first season of Shield Hero. Man, it's so fucking bad. But I get it. You know, I can see watching Shield Hero with especially with friends, and, you know, popping back a brewski. It's that kind of show. Made in Abyss. Lunary, do you not know Made in Abyss? Shield Hero makes you angry. Would you care to explain? One of the few animes I ever watched that brought such wonder and horror. Yeah. Oh, you were just saying, oh, they made they made Made in Abyss. Yeah, Made in Abyss is amazing. Did you guys hear about the whole thing with Made in Abyss where people were like, we want to make a Made in Abyss like creep-less edit. We want to cut out all the weird creep scenes in Abyss. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, like, because as much as I love Made in Abyss, oh hey Soon, welcome. Thank you for hopping over from Lunary's stream, veteran soldier that you are, coming back from the war of Lunary's stream. I do love Made in Abyss, but like there are some scenes in Made in Abyss that make it hard for me to recommend. Like, I don't think I could recommend Made in Abyss to my mom, for example. Not because of the violent parts, but because of like, there's some weird kind of creepy, like they're really quick. But like where they like, I don't even want to say it out loud, but like some scenes that kind of are weird about kids, if you know what I mean. Like, and they're really quick. They're like blink and you miss it, and you're like, wait, what? Wait, what? What was that? Why are we talking about kids peeing the bed so much? Like, what is going on here? Like, that's kind of weird. And like, wait, you did what to punish the kids? That's kind of a little funky. Like, that feels like something that the artist threw in for a weird reason. Like, that just doesn't feel natural in the story. Why did they throw that in? That just feels really bizarre, and it kind of feels icky. And there are definitely moments like that in Made in Abyss where you're like, this feels icky. and I don't mean like the violent scenes, which I don't mind, because those are plot. Like, those are part of the plot, and they're essential to the story of Made in Abyss. They are what makes Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss is the harrowing, horrific, like, body horror and like monster shit that's happening to these like kids, where you're like, oh my gosh, these poor kids. Like, that is what Made in Abyss is all about. But there are also some kind of icky, weird scenes in Made in Abyss, and like I said, they're really quick and they're blink and you miss it. But it's a bummer because like I said, I can't recommend it to some like people who, because they might be like, this is weird. Right? But yeah, I'll move on from that topic because it's kind of weird. It's a kind of a can of worms. But as a whole, music, anime moment. That's very true. Music in Made in Abyss, so good. I think the questionable scenes, half of them are gross and unnecessary, but half, I think, help set up the tone of the characterization of the series. Yeah, I agree. I think some of them are, you're like, I see why this scene is in here. This is part of the story. This is part of the characters. You get a pass. It's there for a reason, but there are definitely some scenes where you're like, why is this in the show? This is weird. But yeah, gorgeous story, artistic wise. Very imaginative. I've been really just bored lately with so many stories. And I've been just like kind of frustrated with the idea that writers can literally make anything. Like, literally, they can make anything. And so often you just see the same shit over and over again. Maybe, I mean, this is partially isekai fatigue, right? Where it's like, you can literally make any world with, and they're like, and people just like such a simple example of this is like, I'll go back to Star Wars. There's 2 moons on Tatooine. That's or 2 suns, sorry. 2 suns on Tatooine. That's such a fun little setting, detail. And it's like, that's why it's so deserty and hot. There's 2 suns. And it's like, you see so many of these settings, sci-fi fantasy settings, where it's just like, it's just Earth, right? And you're like, oh, why is this just on Earth but with swords? You know what I mean? Yeah, honestly, I think most of those weird scenes are to try and take the edge off things. Maybe they're an attempts at humor. That could be the case. It's because you make money writing following trends. Yes, that's absolutely true. Made in Abyss has some of the best world building, especially when placed next to isekai trends. Yeah, see, that's what it is. Like, a small example of Made in Abyss is it has the weird diving mechanic, right? So like, if everyone who's seen Made in Abyss will know what I'm talking about, where they have this parallel to ocean diving in real life, where if you dive in real life, when you come up, you have to come up really slow, right? If you're deep enough, because you'll get the bends, which can cause oxygen to enter your blood or whatever, and can make you, it can be extremely painful or kill you. So like, if you're really low in the ocean and you come up really fast, you can literally die because of the way the pressure and the blood and all that works. So Made in Abyss, as part of its world building, incorporated the opposite, where the deeper you go, right? Is it the deeper or when you come up? Can't remember. It's one or the other. It messes with you in some way, like when you're going down fast or up fast, right? And it's like, that's why they don't have like elevators, right? Because it's like, you can't go down or up really fast into the abyss, because it's like, will mess with you. And that's the kind of stuff I really, really, really like, because it's changing the laws of the world, right? So yeah, since saying the curse gets worse the deeper you go, but it triggers when you go up. Okay, yeah, so it's literally exactly like the concept of diving in real life, taken into a fantasy setting. And I love that, because like, it's changing the law of the world, right? It's no longer just fantasy world with a big hole in it with monsters. There's something fundamentally different about that world from our world. And that's the kind of stuff I love. The elevators, yeah, the elevators with Nanachi and other girl. What's her name? Poor other girl. Yeah. See, that's a horrific scene that is good. Not good, but good for serving the plot. Blood Blockade Battlefront did that well. I've heard of Blood Blockade Battlefront, but I don't know anything about it. I know what the characters look like, but I know nothing about the concept. But Riko's the blonde girl. I'm talking about the Mitzi? The girl who gets turned into the blob with Nanachi in the elevator. I think that's the elevator you're talking about. I'm trying to think of some other examples. Like, I think Attack on Titan is actually a good example. Because you have a world where the laws of physics, the laws of everything are changed, and they're just treated as like, this is how this world works. Whereas like, you have a world like Shield Hero, or Konosuba, or heck, even like Sword Art, where it's just like, they're just in fantasy idealized Renaissance Europe with swords and magic. There's nothing fundamentally different about that world from our world, besides the fact that there is magic, and that magic, a lot of times the magic's not even integrated that much into the lore of the world. Which is another thing that really bugs me, is when a world will have magic, but like, literally everything functions the same way. Konosuba is a satire. So like, I'm not hating on Konosuba for that, because it's like that on purpose. What was I saying? Yeah, that's right. When a world has magic in it, and they don't integrate it into the economy, the lifestyle, the way of production of goods, trade, like, especially when magic is like widespread, like, it bugs the hell out of me, because I'm like, why are they like doing like traditional like everything, like harvesting crops and like doing this and doing that? I'm like, this is a world with magic in it. Like, everything should be different. Tanya the Evil. Oh yeah, Tanya the Evil. I love Tanya the Evil. So good. That's a good world where things are the laws of physics are fundamentally different, and they use magic in a way that's really interesting and cool, where magic in Tanya the Evil is literally just a nuclear bomb. It's like point, and then nuke. Still waiting on season 2. Yeah, Tanya, there was a movie, I think. There's a little movie, but I don't know if we'll ever get a Tanya season 2. I have the novel. I have the first volume of Tanya the Evil. I've never read it, but I do have it on my bookshelf. What's some other really good? What are some good and bad worlds? So Harry Potter, actually. I'm gonna bring out a really obvious example. The way magic is incorporated into Harry Potter, I think is excellent, because the wizarding world of Harry Potter, magic is so ingrained in the culture, and that world is shaped by the magic in a way that's so cool. Like, love or hate Harry Potter, like, in, you know, whatever opinions you have of the author, the world building in Harry Potter is amazing. And I think a lot of people don't give it the credit it deserves for what it is. And, like, obviously it's a mega popular, one of the most popular media franchises of all time, one of the best-selling books of all time. So it's not like it's underrated, but I think people sometimes don't give the appreciation to the actual world building that it deserves, because in the way that Rowling did words and terminology in Harry Potter is so fun, because she just used the goofiest fucking words imaginable for everything. And it's such a small thing, but it added so much to the world, where it's like, oh yes, would you like a fizzy whiz bang? Would you like a Bertie Bott's every flavored bean? Would you like to go to Hogwarts, the school? Like, everything is just named the goofiest shit imaginable. Like, hop on my Nimbus 2000 and let's go play Quidditch and throw quaffles at each other as I'm trying to catch the golden snitch. Like, and it's, the funny part is, like, Harry Potter has become so, like, ubiquitous with, like, our culture. Like, everybody knows Harry Potter, to the like, where all the terms just feel so normal now, where it's like, Hogwarts, yeah, of course, the school. But you don't think, like, sometimes you have to stop and think. You're like, Hogwarts? What? Why is it called that? That's gross. Yeah, like, to be honest, that's how British names random, yeah, like, spotted dick is a real thing that British people eat, and it's not what it sounds like. You know, British people are different. British do comedy like nobody else. Like, man, I love a British comedy. Yeah, Harry Potter, great world building. You know, Lord of the Rings, obviously the goat of all time, where the magic of that world, despite being very subtle, the magic in Lord of the Rings is very understated, is deeply ingrained into the mechanics of how the world works, right? And so many things are like, I just love to get into an imaginative, unique world. Name of the Wind novel, I think, is a good example of something that uses tropes but somehow manages to integrate them really well into the world building. I'm just trying to think of some novels that I like. Red Rising, for a sci-fi example, the world building in Red Rising is so fun. It's so, the author kind of stated that he watched a play of, I believe, Antigone, I think it was, or it might have been like The Tempest, one of those Shakespearean Roman Greek plays. And so supposedly he was walking home after the play, looked up into the sky, into the starry night sky, into the moons, and he thought, what if we did that in space? And oh my god, Red Rising is so good. If you've not read, if you're looking for a sci-fi novel that's like very accessible, very fun, just like, and if, especially if you're somebody who doesn't read very often or hasn't read in a long time and would like to get back into reading, man, Red Rising is the most fun you're ever, like, well, not ever, it's some of the most fun you can have with the book. That book is so fun, and the series is amazing. Red Rising is kind of a bit Hunger Gamesy in its delivery, which the author supposedly he did kind of a more of a YA Hunger Gamesy approach to his first novel so that he could pitch it to editors and publishers to get it published, because YA stuff is always like, publishers are always hungry for YA because it sells, so that he could get it published and then write the series that he wanted built off of that. And man, I think he did, the way he pivoted is masterful. And Red Rising is still so fun to read, despite the fact that the second book in the series, Golden Sun, is so different from the first book. The pivot is handled so well, and Golden Sun is like, it's everybody's favorite in the series. Is like one of the, it's weird to say because he's like such a simple writer. He's not like, his prose is fairly straightforward. His stuff is like somewhat predictable. You know, he's got some good twists. He uses a lot of tropes, but like, they're just so, the way he delivers is just so good. Man, I love Red Rising. I can't recommend Red Rising enough. When the Lord of the Rings takes place, magic is beginning to become legend. Yeah, it's that's kind of the major theme of Lord of the Rings, right? Magic is seeping away. It's the end of the Age of Magic. Still waiting for the other Inheritance cycle books to get their illustrated versions. Inheritance is another example of a book that's, well, I'm not going to say another, because I think Red Rising is significantly better written than Aragon. But if you like Aragon, you will love Red Rising. I promise you. If you like Aragon and are open to sci-fi, you will adore Red Rising. Because they're similar in the way that they're just fun. They're so fun. And Aragon is terrible. Aragon is so bad. It's so tropey. It's so predictable. The romance doesn't work. The pacing is all over the place, but man, I love that series. Like, I love the Aragon quadrilogy. Aragon is I've read Aragon more than any other book in my life. I've read Aragon double digits times. I've read Aragon at least 10 times. I've read Eldest at least 8 times. I've read Brissinger like twice, 3 times maybe. And I've read what's the last one in the main trilogy? Quadrilogy cycle, Inheritance. I've read Inheritance once, maybe twice. If you want some solid fantasy, Legends of the Drizzt books by R.S. Salvatore is fucking amazing. I started Homeland yesterday. So I beat you to the punch. I literally started the Drizzt books yesterday because I'm preempting those to me playing Baldur's Gate. I wanted to get in the mood by reading the Drizzt books. And everybody, it seems like the consensus of Reddit and the fandom as a whole is that the Drizzt series is the best of what Forgotten Realms has to offer as a whole. Because I don't think I've ever written, of course I haven't written one. I don't think I've ever read a Forgotten Realms book. I know, I'm very familiar with R.A. Salvatore. But I don't know if I've ever read a Forgotten Realms book. Surely I have read one random one at some point. I was always more of a Dragonlance reader than a Forgotten Realms reader. But I own some. I've owned Spider Queen, Wrath of the Spider, Rise of the Spider Queen. What's the Spider Queen book called? Dissolution is the one I had. War of the Spider Queen. I've had War of the Spider Queen on my shelf for 2 decades. I've never read it. But yeah, I wanted to dip into the Forgotten Realms, dip my toe into that, and it seems like the consensus is that the Drizzt ones are the best that it has to offer, because I played Neverwinter's Night 2? I think 2? What does 2 look like? Does this look familiar? This doesn't look familiar. The graphics look way too good. What does Neverwinter's Night 1 look like? Yeah, I played Neverwinter's Night 1. I played Neverwinter's Night 1. That was one of my earliest games I played. There's also Hold the Dragon Jousters series? Look that up. I've never heard of that. Look up Dragon Jousters series. Lackey Mercedes. That's quite the name. Joust. Man, this looks old. How old is this book? Wait, 2004. That can't be right. It's not old at all. It has a very old... Wait, it's new? 2003? I gotta say 2003 like that's new. That's literally 19 years ago. But it's got a cover that looks like it's straight out of the 90s. I love a terrible fantasy cover. No offense. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on screen. No offense to the Joust cover, but I mean, wow. I'm gonna save a couple of these because they're. Hopefully the artist of these covers is not in chat. Sorry, whoever made the covers for these, but they're special. Let's look at them. So this is the best one. All right. It's it looks like it's okay. It looks like it's from the 90s though. But don't worry, they get worse. This one is pretty bad. Pretty bad. And don't worry, they get worse. This one is pretty bad. This looks like a computer game from the 90s. But I genuinely love it. It's terrible. But I love a cheesy, terrible 90s cover. Black Company is a series that also has some pretty bad covers. I think Water Sleeps. Is Water Sleeps the one that's like the worst? No, Water Sleeps is okay. She is Darkness? Is that one? No, that one's okay. Dreams of Steel. That's the one I'm looking for. Dreams of Steel. Dreams of Steel has a terrible cover. Man, oh man, the Dreams of Steel cover is a work of art. It's a masterclass in really terrible covers. Let me pull that out. Dreams of Steel. Here we go. By good old Glennie Cook. Let's take a moment to scroll up. It's so 90s. Like an old D&D book. And like so this, I love this lady, who's named the lady actually, is supposed to be like the hottest like babe ever. And it's like, yeah, there she is. There she blows. Hottest babe ever alert. Yeah, I love it. I love a Dream of Steel cover. And like, what is she even doing? She's like teleporting this weird dog. I don't know what this dog is. Like, I read the book. I don't know what this dog thing is. Maybe I missed something, but I don't remember her teleporting any dogs out of her hands in the book. So yeah, I love it. I love a terrible old cover. You love to see it. The Black Company has a couple. Oh wait, there's another good one from Black Company. The original one's okay. Shadows Linger. It's got a terrible cover too. You find a big, yeah. early digital art days. Yeah, Shadows Linger is rough too. Same lady, by the way, supposed to be. She looks like a totally different person. Like every character in the arts looks like a totally different person. Like every time they draw them. This part's okay. But yeah, this artist just cannot draw women. They got a much better artist for the reprints. The reprint art is amazing, actually. I'm gonna pull that up to compare. Here's like them like side by side, the different like the different collections. So yeah, that's quite the improvement, I would say. Hey Jay. Jay, we read your birthday message earlier and we talked about you a little bit. I also really like the Shadows Shadow Games cover. But yeah, OG Black Company. Black Company's a good, fun series. It's hard to recommend Black Company when there are just so many good books out, especially lately. Like, the last decade has been really good for fantasy, in my opinion, and sci-fi. There's been a lot of good shit. So it's kind of hard to recommend some of these older classics. Like, I think they really show their age, and they're still good. Bartimaeus trilogy. I reread the first Bartimaeus book last year, and then I remember originally when I was into the series, I loved the first book and I loved it again, but I remember just not being able to get through the second book the first time I read it, and man, I couldn't get through the second time either. I cannot get through the second book of that series. So I've dropped it twice now, so I don't think I'm going to come back to it because I can't get through it. But the first book is good. I mean, the major problem with the Bartimaeus trilogy is or I don't know if it's trilogy, series. The main character is awful. He's so bad. Bartimaeus is good. What's the boy's name? He's got some generic British name like Peter or something. He's terrible. He's just an asshole to everybody. And he's so annoying, and you just hate him. And he's not like, you don't root for him. He's a brat. He's annoying, and yeah, he's just the worst. He's like one of the worst protagonists I've ever seen in any book ever. I just cannot stand being around him. And I think why the first book was readable was because you spend a lot more time with Bartimaeus, and Bartimaeus is fine. But he is the protag, I feel like, in the second book. He gets so much screen time in the second book. What's his name? Like, it feels like the first book is from Bartimaeus' perspective with Jonathan? No, that's the author. Nathaniel. Nathaniel's his name. The first book is Bartimaeus with Nathaniel in it. The second book felt like it was Nathaniel's perspective for a lot of it, and yeah, Nathaniel's one of the worst protagonists I've ever read in a book ever. Like, he's so bad. But yeah, Bartimaeus is fun. I do like the magic system of Bartimaeus, how it's more Eastern kind of inspired, which is fun. The third book, yeah, I'll never make it to the third book. Like I said, I can't justify reading it when there's so many other books I want to read and so many other like excellent books that are like amazing, I'm sure. My list is like, well, it's actually not that long. It's only probably 30 or 40 books. But a lot of those are like first books in the series. But it's getting close to 10:30 though. So I'll probably wrap it up pretty soon though. But yeah. We talked about all kinds of stuff today. I was worried that I've never actually done a straight Zatsu. I've always done like other stuff like gunpla building or tea time or whatever. So I'm definitely perfectly capable of doing a Zatsu. I have no problem rattling off for hours at a time. Is no problem for me. Apparently. Because we hip hopped all over lots of topics. And it was a fun stream. Thanks for coming. Lunary, you're still here. Lunar, get out of here. You've been here for like 2 hours. Yeah. I'm good at yapping. Somebody just did something, subscribed or something. I don't know. YouTube doesn't fucking tell me when people do stuff. Really annoying. I wish YouTube was like Twitch and was like, hey, somebody just subscribed. Yeah, thanks for subscribing, NVH. I get a notification from my Streamlabs, but I don't ever have my Streamlabs open, so I don't know what it is, but I just know something happened. But yeah, thanks for the subscription. Also, thank you for still lurking, Snack. Jay might be lurking. Red Alchemy might be lurking. A lot of people are lurking right now, actually. Everybody hopped in stream at 10 o'clock for some reason. So I guess I'll have to start streaming at 10 o'clock. I guess because everyone else is going to bed. So people are like coming from other streams. But yeah, thanks for coming in. I'm gonna wrap it up. And crawl into bed and I really want to doom scroll on Twitter. I really, really want to doom scroll on Twitter. Should I do it, guys, or should I listen to my audiobook instead? Should I listen to the Drist audiobook? Putting in the background while drawing. Aha, lovely. I won't sleep. Yeah, this is why I literally never sleep. I literally just don't ever sleep. I sleep like an hour. And then I'm late to work every day. I'm trying to not be late to work. But also I don't care. Maybe just a little bit of doom. No, I can't do, you can never do just a little bit of doom scrolling. That's the problem, right? You're like, I'm just gonna open shorts. I'm just gonna hop on Instagram Reels, right? You know what I mean? The shoulder demons are coming out. Oh wait, I have shoulder demons. Let me pull them out. Let me actually pull out the real shoulder. I have the bacon shoulder demons. Navigate to the bacon folder. This one looks like it has a transparent back. Boom, there's one. And there's two. So this one over here is saying doom scroll on Twitter and then go to bed at 1 in the morning. And this one's saying listen to your audiobook and for a half hour and then go to bed. I like how even the angel looks kind of devious. The angel looks kind of evil. I think that's kind of on brand. But yeah, get a little bit of demon and angel media up in here. What a good couple of years. I've said this before, but I'll say it again because it's just fun to say. What a good couple of years we've had for Hell enthusiasts in the last like couple of years, with between the Doom games coming back and being good. Apparently, I never played them, but I think they're good, probably. Has-Been Hotel being just a great, fun time. Hell of a Boss just being a great, just fun time. Helltaker just being a great, fun time. Hades just being like game of the year for a lot of people. Like Hell stock is on the rise. Where CrowdStrike fell, Hell stock rises. I'm not saying that because I'm bitter about buying CrowdStrike stock at 313. Now it's at 220 because of the cybersecurity crash. But we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, Hell stock. Is there anything else? That's a lot. That's a Helltaker, Hell of a Boss, Has Been Hotel, which Has Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss, same thing, kind of, but not same thing, but same thing. Doom and Hades. Like, is there anything else? There's got to be at least another thing, but what a couple of awesome things. The Windigoon video essay on Dante's Inferno came out. That was good. If you've ever wanted to know about Dante's Inferno but not wanted to read it because it reads like a freaking manual for a hot plate, watch the Windigoon, spelled Wendigoon, like Wendigo, like Wendigoon, like Wendigo. Watch his videos on the Divine Comedy, being Dante's Inferno, the one about something paradise, and then the one about the one in between. What do they call that? Between heaven and hell, not earth. The waiting room one. Purgatory. Purgatorio, Paradiso, and Dante's Inferno. Don't read those books. Well, they're not technically books. They're technically epic poems, whatever. Those books are not fun to read, man. Anybody who says they enjoyed reading those is a psychopath. But watch a video essay of somebody talking about them, because they've got some really cool concepts. Obviously, because Dante's Inferno has been mega influential, and like people borrow / steal from it constantly. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, I'm gonna be strong. I'm not gonna open Instagram. Overly sarcastic's take. You have me interested. Overly sarcastic. Divine Comedy. Let's see if something comes up. Dante's Inferno, maybe? Classic summarized Dante's Inferno? Probably. It's got 5 million views, so it's probably good. Quantity means quality, right? Yeah, oh yeah, send me the link. Yeah. I think I have it, but send me just to be safe. To be safe. They're short. 12 minutes. How long is the Wendigoon one? An hour and a half. That's not that long. But that's just for Dante's Inferno. He also has an hour and a half one for Purgatorio. And then I think probably another hour and a half one for Paradiso, I guess. I don't know if I watched all of... Yeah, he does have an hour and a half one for Paradiso. I don't think I watched Paradiso all the way. I think I started it and watched like half of it. Maybe I should. But I don't know. I think Purgatorio is kind of interesting, but I mean, Dante's Inferno, there's a reason it's the most popular. Wendigoon says that he prefers Paradiso and to the others, I think, or he might prefer Purgatorio. But come on, the Inferno is the best one. Let's be real. It's the most interesting. But the other ones, you have cool stuff in them. Oh god. While I'm looking at this, recommended is Class of '09 offensive scene compilations. Can I stream Class of '09? Is that allowed? If you don't know Class of '09, it's just like, it's like a a visual novel that's literally just trying to be as offensive as possible. Like the jokes. I don't know if I can stream Class of '09. That would be so fun though. I should stream. I could stream Class of '09 on my Discord server. I don't know if I could stream it on YouTube. It's a little much. Yeah, I don't think I can. The more I think about it, I can't. But I might stream it on my Discord. I think it's pretty short. The writing, okay, unironically, Class of '09 is like super edgy, like crude, crass humor. But like the writing of the dialogue is like actually like so good. Like it flows so well and it's so clever. But that's the topic for now. I'm gonna start doing community night stuff on yeah. Also Paradise Lost. Windigoon's video on Paradise Lost is also very good. Paradise Lost and Dante's Inferno. Hellstock. Yeah. They hired professional VAs. Yeah, one of them was freaking Amelia from the English ReZero, like, dub. Like, I'm like, wait, what? The blonde one is freaking Amelia from ReZero. And the brunette one is... I think the brunette one's in Hazbin Hotel. I don't know if she's in the main one or the pilot. I think she might be Charlie in Hazbin Hotel. But I don't know if that's in the... Yeah, I don't know if that's in the series or the pilot. Elise Lovelock was in the pilot, and then Erica Hennings. Let's see. Let's look about this. Oh no. My anime. So why am I looking at my anime list? Class of 09 voice actors. Elise Lovelock. Oh, she was... So Elise Lovelock was the... Oh, she was the pilot? It's so confusing. I don't know who voice acted who in the show. Because they recast literally everything. I think Jill Harris was the original. Maybe, is she the singing voice? Hazbin Hotel cast. They need to be a little more clear about this. I think she's the main. So there's 3 voice actors for them, for a lot of them, because I think a lot of them have different singing voice actors. And then they also have the original from the pilot. Because, again, like, almost everybody got recast. Voice cast. Okay, yeah, here we go. The actual Hazbin fan wiki is much better than the real wiki. So yeah, it's Erica Henningsen for the actual show, Jill Harris for the pilot, and then Elise Lovelock for the singing. So yeah, that's Elise Lovelock is the main girl in Class 09. So that's Charlie from Hell the Boss. And then Kaylee Mills is Amelia from ReZero. Let's see, who are these other people? Anthony Sardina. I don't know who he is. He's Leaf in My Little Pony Maker Mark. And Peter Port in Ruby. I don't know who that is. Is that the big mustache guy? Yes, that's the big mustache guy. And he's a bunch of other roles and a bunch of other random stuff. And Sarah Ruth, who's in... she's in freaking the Nakaton Deer anime. And a bunch of other stuff. There's Anko Koshi. Is that the green one? I'm guessing that's the green one. No, that's the purple. She plays the purple one in the deer anime. Yeah. But yeah, they're pretty much all professionals, it looks like. So yeah, that'd be fun. Can't do it on YouTube. Join my Discord. Advertise. Lunary's roasting me in Discord right now. She's saying, you're like those people who say they're gonna leave and then stand at the door and chat for 2 more hours. Fine! Okay, fine. You don't have to call me out like that. I'll go to bed. It's 10:30. It's literally my bedtime. I don't need you to tell me stuff. Thanks for coming to stream. I'm gonna go to bed now. You know what I need? Okay, wait. This is really the last thing. I need an actual outro like phrase that I can say that is like the period at the end of my stream, because it's always so weird to end stream. I need like some cheesy YouTube ass like, remember to like, subscribe, hit that bell button, follow me on Discord, Instagram, Twitter, social medias, buy my merch. I don't actually have any merch. I also don't have, well, I do have an Instagram. And donate to Doctors Without Borders or something. I don't know. It's the only charity I can think of. Bye. Okay, yeah, stream's over. Bye. Bye. Get out of here. Bye. Later. Bye. Bye. Thanks for coming. Bye. Okay. Oh, wait. I've got an end screen. Bye.